Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
And it was wrong. It was a bad call, Ripley. It was a bad call.
Bad call.
Some are good for fighting, others for dying.
It's Just Two Movies.
Welcome back to another episode of It's Just Two Movies. My name is Daniel King. With me is Corey, back again, repeat offender in a show guest manner. If you've never seen this show, what we do is we watch two movies. One of them's good, one of them's bad. We talk about them. That's it, man. That's the whole thing. It's just two movies.
Yeah.
Just an excuse to go have some beers and have some laughs.
Pretty much.
So, Corey, what's new, brother?
Same old stuff, man. Just making music.
Just fucking plugging it out, huh?
That's pretty much it. I don't stop.
Nice.
Yep.
That's good, man. That's good for you.
It's my favorite thing to do.
It is really nice to be to be able to get into a good creative flow, because that's it like exercises a side of your brain that we don't use all the time. You know what I mean? That's a particular muscle, and you got to flex it.
Yeah, and it does. It feels really good whenever, like, I come to the end of a project or something, and you just think I did that all by myself, you know?
I get to the end of a project and think, this sounds like shit. I'm the worst. I fucking suck at this. Delete. Why will I waste my life doing this?
We'll see, at the end of the project is after a million of those. So, yeah.
So, well, we watched two movies. Imagine that.
Just a couple.
Yeah, I did the pick this time. I went with American Ultra. And you had never seen it, right?
Nope. This is my first time.
What, just tell me, like, opening thoughts. What did you think about it?
I loved it because...
No spoilers.
Right.
Just opening thoughts.
But just going from, you know, this guy, he's really shy, kind of stoner with his girlfriend, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And then you go from that to just action, and the action is really, really good. So
it is pretty darn good.
It's fucking crazy is what it is.
Yeah. So was that a negative?
No.
Okay, I was like,
no, I love the I guess the mashup of the two. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, this is listed as an action comedy. I would absolutely agree.
Yeah.
This is fun. You can have a laugh at it. And it does not fail to deliver on the action. Not at all. I would say this is pretty equally balanced comedy and action.
There's a little bit of mystery in there too. You got to figure some shit out.
There is a little bit of mystery. But American Ultra is a 2015 action comedy, hour 36 runtime, 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb, 43% Rotten Tomatoes, 50% on Metacritic. Release date August 21st, 2015, directed by Nima, oh my fucking god, Nima Nourizadeh?
I'll give you that.
Nourizadeh, maybe? Nima Nourizadeh, Nourizadeh, or H for our Australian friends. That's fucking hard to say. I don't care who you are. For our Australian friends.
I'm not even going to try it.
Yeah,
I was going to, and then I was like, I'm going to embarrass myself.
Screenplay by Max Landis. The budget for this was $28 million. It just made a little bit of money with, box office $30.3 million US dollars. Stars Jesse Eisenberg, Kristen Stewart, Connie Britton, Topher Grace, Wally Goggins, my man Walton Goggins, John Leguizamo, and Monique Ganderton.
And throw Tony Hale in there, too.
And Tony Hale.
Because I love me some Tony Hale.
Tony Hale. What was he in the...
He's Petey.
Petey.
The guy that was helping.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
And he's also in Arrested Development. That's where I saw him in first.
Yeah. No, he's great.
Oh, he's hilarious.
So, spoiler free, what would you tell a friend that, like, hey, they go, what's it about?
You always hit me with this. Always hit me with this.
Yeah, I always put it on the guest unless they put it on me first.
And you know what's funny? I always say I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna catch him by surprise. I never did it.
Yeah.
So pretty much we're focused on, stoner guy with his stoner girlfriend, and I say that because he's literally getting high most of the movie.
Yeah.
But some weird shit starts happening. And oddly enough, he can protect himself very, very well with a spoon, let's say. From there, people are after him. A lot of action ensues. That's what I got for you. Did I do good, Danny?
You did okay. Hold on, I'm
you.
looking for one thing. What's it called, man? What's it called when the government did it? They said it once in the movie. They said it once, and I forgot to fucking write it down.
Fuck. I don't know. I know
it's like where they tried to create super soldiers.
Right.
It's a real thing. It's been disclosed by the government. It was a long fucking time ago. But can you imagine what they're trying now?
See, now you got me. Like, now I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can't remember what it's called. But in summation, I would say that he's like a sleeper cell.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And much like the Winter Soldier, if you've ever seen one of the Marvel movies, he has a chain of phrases that will activate him or whatever. So Jesse Eisenberg gets activated because he's one of these guys, and then adventure is thrust upon him.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So you make us do it. You could do it so much better yourself.
I know. You just got to fucking throw it back.
I'm gonna throw it back.
Oh shit. So what were some of your favorite parts about this?
Man, a lot of the action. Like that's what I'm drawn to initially. One, I love Laugher, which obviously we'll get into.
Yeah, Wally Goggins.
Man, how do they do that? How do they make you look like you don't have teeth? Just saying, like your teeth got fucking knocked out of your face.
I don't know. It's crazy. It makes me wonder if like maybe he has false teeth.
Maybe,
because like Jim Carrey has a chipped tooth, and there's Ed Helms is missing a tooth.
Right.
So they just have they just take out their whatever.
Yeah, they just have their little thing. But yeah, I mean, I can't imagine he has like an entire front row of false teeth. I don't know.
I don't know.
Either way, like I thought that was honestly hilarious because he was like, "Oh, we'll get into it."
Also, if you're not familiar, Walton Goggins plays Baby Billy on The Righteous Gemstones, which is a series on HBO.
Which I really want to see.
It's great. Yeah. Well, what's a specific part that you liked about this?
One specific. It's so tiny. Connie Britton, who she's the one who activated.
She's trying to save his life.
His name is Mike, but
so she tried to activate Jesse Eisenberg
so he could protect himself.
Yeah, right. That's it. Because she didn't want him to just get killed for no reason.
And since they're trying to cover up, basically what is actually going on, the government that is, I guess. Yeah. They put out this fake story, which I can't wrap my head around the story. But basically about Jesse Eisenberg and this lady.
Isn't it a SARS outbreak?
It's something like that. It's an outbreak, and it has to do with like monkeys, apparently.
Yeah.
And
that guy sees her. He's like,
that's exactly what I'm getting at.
Okay.
He's like, you fuck monkeys.
He's like, you fuck monkeys.
They just starts making a phone call.
Oh my god, yeah, it's rich stuff. So the comedy's in this really good.
Mm-hmm.
I like the scene where they're sitting there watching the car wreck. And he thinks of the tree in the car analogy.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. I thought that was great. And he makes a connection how far has the car traveled? It's been worked on by these people. It's went to a dealership. Somebody bought it. Maybe they sold it used or whatever.
It's been driven across the world.
It's been driven all over the place. And this tree has just been sitting here waiting.
Yep. Just waiting in one spot, never moved.
One spot. Yep. And then until they interact. And the interaction is the car walks up to the tree and says, "Let's go." And the tree says, "No."
No. Yeah, it's just straight up stops the car in its tracks.
Yeah,
and
which
apparently
is great.
That's a thing that the tree had to do, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice little scene.
Yeah.
Another thing I really liked was John Leguizamo in this.
Yes.
I like John Leguizamo.
I do too.
I liked him in older movies when I saw older movies of his at a questionable date and time. But I like a lot of the breadth of his work. I think he's a great actor. He's a great character actor, and he's also a great actor.
Right. I feel like he had a lot of fun with this character.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just the monkey virus. He's just freaking out about that. He locks people in the basement. What is he saying? He's like, nuh-uh.
He's being so silly, man.
Dude, it's great because, I mean, one of the first things he does is he gets those fireworks.
Uh-huh.
Because Eisenberg is planning something for girlfriend Kristen Stewart.
Yeah.
And he's just basically saying all of this shit is illegal and all this stuff. And he's like, hey, you want to do some acid and go to this titty club?
Right.
And Eisenberg's like, it's 8:15 in the morning. I don't think so.
Right. Oh. Yeah, no, he's a lot of fun to watch in this. I also really I think this might have actually been the first movie that I saw Kristen Stewart in that I knew that's who it was. I was like, oh, that's what's her name?
And didn't hate.
And I watched the movie and I was like, she's pretty damn good. Like,
yeah.
She's good in this.
I agree.
I'll fold a little bit later in the story. You find out that Kristen Stewart, this whole time, although she is his girlfriend, has also been his undercover handler.
Right. Basically, sleeper cell, you got to keep him. Well, for one thing, they want to keep him, I guess, in town. That's a whole nother thing.
He's got a mind control trigger where he gets anxiety so bad he can't leave the town. Yeah,
because they were planning to go to Hawaii. And I believe that's where he was going to propose and all of that good stuff. But, she's sitting in the airport and they're calling and they're saying, last call for you to get on this
and he's just
for your flight.
Puking his guts up in the bathroom.
Yeah, he's just having a crazy ass panic attack. They end up just going back home.
Yeah.
And that's just apparently that's just a part of who he is at this point, because the cops know, they stopped him and they're like, did you have another freak out and all this stuff. Obviously being a dick about it, they don't care about him.
With it being a work of fiction, you can just say the government fucked up his mind, and you can be absolutely correct. Instead of maybe, I don't know, is it mind control? Does it exist, do you think? I think that people are incredibly predictable and gullible.
Yes.
And using both of those things at leverage, it would seem like mind control is possible. But there is conditioning. That's also real.
Well, and I guess just manipulation as well.
Yeah.
Use somebody's own personality against
all those things in tandem definitely can seem like some form of mind control. But in this movie, this is literal.
Right, yeah.
Like, they have brainwashed him to be like, you can't leave, you can't cross this county line, you piece of shit, or even think about it too hard.
Yeah, they say all of his fears and, anxieties, all the stuff that keeps him where he is, that's what they did.
Right, exactly.
I mean, you want to get into maybe the first time that we get a little bit of action?
Yeah. So, the real quick, just to break down the story mechanic, you've got Connie Britton and Topher Grace. Topher Grace gets a promotion. Now he is Connie Britton's boss.
Right.
So he's like, fuck you, Connie. I'm killing all your sleeper cell agent Operation Blueberry.
Right. and he's an absolute prick.
Whatever it's called. If you know the name of the thing that I am fucking talking about, email me at itsjusttomovies@gmail.com. It's like a real government conspiracy that they were making super soldiers, but it's not a conspiracy. I think those papers were actually released. We were trying to do that unsuccessfully. We tried it though. Here's the shit.
Yes, that's something I never looked into, but I feel like I should.
Dude, I used to be huge on conspiracy
but
theories.
I'm super gullible. If something is able to make sense, I'm gonna be like, oh, I believe that.
It makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
Makes sense.
But there are the shitty ones that I'm just going to be like, birds, fucking birds, man.
Government drones.
Government spies. If it flies, it spies.
They gotta be. Have you ever seen a bird? Why do cats eat them? It's weird. Anyway, so Topher Grace is Connie Britton's boss, and he's like, fuck you, I'm killing all your super soldier guys. And she's like, oh, fuck you, because I'm going to save at least one of them, my Jesse Eisenberg. He's my fave.
Oh, Essie Geisenberg.
Essie Geisenberg. So she goes undercover, activates Jesse Eisenberg, and then Topher Grace sends dudes in there to kill him, and it doesn't go as planned, which we'll get to in 1 second. So then Topher Grace sends Walton Goggins and Monique
Ganderton.
Take
yourself a gander.
Into kind of take care of the sitch.
Right.
So Jesse Eisenberg works at a grocery store.
Yeah. It looks like a convenience store, grocery store.
Yeah, kind of thing. It's smaller. It's not the size of a grocery store. It's smaller.
Maybe like a dollar store.
Like 7-Eleven without the gas.
There you go.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah. So he works there, and this lady comes in. She says a bunch of random shit to him.
Yeah.
Over and over and over, and he's like, All right, get out of here.
I love his first thing. He's like, "Are those lyrics to a song or something?"
Yeah,
it's
like, the
fuck.
comedy and the dialogue's really.
Yep.
It's really good. She says a bunch of shit to him, and he's whatever. She leaves her noodle cup or whatever, and then he is eating it later.
Right.
He's like got the hot water in it and shit. And
Yep.
He goes outside and he's smoking a doobie and fucking getting ready to eat his noodles, and these 3 guys come at him.
They're messing with his car, and I think it's so funny because he comes out and he's just like, "Hey, stop doing shit to my car."
Yeah.
And then they get up and, they have weapons. They're coming at him. And then, you get your first, I guess, like sleeper cell moment type thing. You see his eyes dilate, and then he immediately like throws the hot cup in the guy's face, shoots the other guy in the head. Like,
yeah, it's like, is this pre John Wick?
Is it?
I think this might be. I think this might be pre John Wick. See when John Wick came out. This is 2015.
2014.
John Wick's 2014?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe this took a couple of notes from John Wick, because the action in it, it's really fun to watch.
Yes, it is.
But it's not.
God.
It's not 2 hours of action though.
Right.
So it's paced
I
out
actually,
a little bit.
and that's another thing. Like, it seemed like the whole movie could have been the climax, because like it was just pretty much nonstop action the whole time. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So
he kills one of those guys with a fucking spoon.
Yeah, he kills one guy with a spoon.
Yeah.
He fucks up a dude with the hot noodle cup.
Yep.
And I don't know what he does with the other guy. Punches his nose bone in his brain.
He just grabs one of their guns, shoots the guys in the head, and then he's like,
he just kills
fuck.
him.
Yeah.
And then he starts having a panic attack.
Right. Yeah.
So he calls his girlfriend. He's like, I just fucking killed 3 dudes. And she's like, oh, right on.
Yeah. Yeah. Like she does not take it seriously whatsoever. No. But I will say, whenever it comes to like sleeper cells and that type of stuff, I always thought like once you're activated that you're kind of like you're in that. You know what I mean? Like you don't recognize anything else but your mission type thing.
Yeah, tunnel vision.
Yeah, but the way that this is portrayed, it's like it's when he needs it. That's whenever it turns on, and then whenever you're out of danger, it seems like he goes back to being what he was, which is the anxiety-ridden, and he just wants to go home and smoke a fucking joint.
Yeah, that is all he wants to do. There's a bit where he's like, if I'm gonna die high and in my bed.
Yeah,
he just goes home, and they're like, why is it? He appears to be going home. And the lady that's with him's like, what? Why would you come here?
Yeah,
he's like, fucking fuck you, whatever. They can come kill me.
I love because Kristen Stewart, she's being held at that point. By Topher Grace and his douchers. Mm-hmm. And, they say, oh, it looks like he's going home. And she's like, he's not stupid. He wouldn't go home. And he's like, hey, I'm going home. I'm going to go to bed. Right. It's like they could have snipers anywhere. And they do come there. So
Yeah, they absolutely do. And then he kills a shitload of them there.
Yeah.
So essentially the government wastes millions and millions of taxpayer dollars and just sending dudes in to kill one guy, and he just keeps fucking killing them.
Right.
They get stabbed. He gets the holy shit beat out of him at the end. He's looking pretty rough.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Makeup, like practical effects and makeup and shit.
Yeah, it looked great.
Top shelf, baby.
I think the whole thing looked really, really good.
Yeah.
And I'll also say Topher Grace, I love him as an actor, and I would love to see him do more shit, but
he's just a dick in everything. He's like a snide dick in everything that he's in,
and especially in this because my God, the conversation that him and old Connie Britton have, I think she's like, shut up, king idiot. And she's, and I was like, okay, so, she's about to, and he just gets up and fucking like lays into her.
Oh, yeah.
And like pretty much says like, you're my dog here and all that.
Yeah.
Like, God damn.
Fucking dick.
Yeah. Like I was like, I thought she had him, but he's taking it.
Yeah. That whole scene at the house, by the way, fantastic.
Yeah.
The
absolutely.
action in that, he does a little frying pan thing. I won't spoil it for you. It's good stuff.
Oh,
actually,
so
you probably have gleaned what it is anyway. But prior to this, he finally gets separated from his girlfriend, Walton Goggins. So Walton Goggins and
Monique Ganderton.
Monique Ganderton, the only name I don't know. Monique Ganderton, who's also good in this. She's just like a greasy, scary woman with guns.
Yeah.
So they come after him, and Jesse Eisenberg and his girlfriend are escaping.
Yep.
And then she's like, wait!
Yes.
And they both like stop and turn around because it doesn't sound like a big scary lady that's coming to kill you.
Right.
She's like, catch! Just fucking
chucks a
throws
grenade.
a hand grenade at him. Jesse Eisenberg catches it. And he's like, oh shit.
And just chucks it back.
Yeah, it was great.
And, if it was me, just the logical mind, if I catch a grenade because somebody threw it at me, where am I going to throw it? Back at that person.
Yeah, for sure.
But he throws it into the building.
Way past.
Yeah.
And the whole building explodes.
And I don't think that kills her, right?
It doesn't seem like it, but she can't go after him anymore after the fact. So they just send Walton Goggins, excuse me.
Yeah, which they call him Laugher, which makes sense.
Bad name, but he's like, there's something wrong with him.
Yeah.
He's
laughing the whole fucking time like a lunatic.
They put him through the same program that they put Jesse Eisenberg through.
Right.
But it fucked him up. He's got a child's mind and he just thinks everything's hysterical.
Because
it's like talking to a little kid.
Right. And it's because in this program there are failures and there's successes and there's only one success, and that's our guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Eisenberg, and that's why he's able to fucking just mow down motherfuckers coming at him to kill him, Yeah. So.
I like the way there's a bit at the end where Jesse Eisenberg has finally bested Walton Goggins.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, who tells you what to do? He's like, nobody. He's like, that must be nice.
Yeah.
You can just tell he's real simple-minded.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, sorry. He's like, I got to do what they tell me,
Yeah.
That's why he was trying to kill him.
Yeah, it's a little fucked up.
And Jesse Eisenberg just lets him go.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a nice inclusion. I wonder who spinoff.
Right, yeah.
Spinoff.
Yeah, because, I can understand that connection. They both went through the same thing, pretty much, even though they don't remember it.
You just call it American Premium. Boom. It's a different movie.
What?
Starring Walton Goggins on the run.
I wanted to think of a tagline for that, but
Yeah.
I couldn't fucking think of it.
Yeah. That would be a good one.
I'll figure it out and I'll get back to you.
Who's laughing now?
So, motherfucking... Well, wait, where are we at? We're jumping all around. I just love Tony Hale. That's it. Because, we've pretty much talked about everybody else in here, except for Bill Pullman, but I think that's you gotta watch it thing.
Yeah, Bill Pullman comes in as the commanding officer.
Right.
If you know what I mean.
And he's a badass about it.
He is a badass.
I love it.
Full tilt spoiler is my favorite part of the movie when Bill Pullman shoots Topher Grace like 8 times.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
With Topher Grace being a dick, just the whole thing, like, you're hoping for that.
Yeah.
Like, the whole time you're just hoping somebody gets a hold of him.
He almost fucking weasels his way out of it, too.
Yeah. And, honestly, I think best part of the movie, for me, in terms of that character, was Kristen Stewart beating the living shit out of him in that fucking hallway.
Oh, yeah, it was great, too.
Loved it.
Yeah, that was really great.
But, yeah, I guess whenever you're bringing it up about throwing the grenade and just saying, hey, wait, and then they just turn around.
Yeah.
She brings that up. And she's just like, you're not thinking clearly right now because if somebody, well, for one, they throw the gun or they leave the gun in the cell with Laugher.
Yeah.
Because they're fighting with him. And so whenever he sees the gun, he says, the gun. But Laugher didn't see the gun, so he's just calling it out. Hey, now you have a weapon you can shoot at us. We're going to run away.
Yeah.
And she brings that up. She's like, if the guy doesn't see the gun, don't say gun. And if the person chasing you says, wait, don't turn around.
Right.
So, yeah, so, like, she's kind of, like, taking over in a sense and, pretty much trying to take care of stuff. But really, like, Eisenberg, he's the one that just takes everybody out.
Yeah.
Because shit just, I guess, activates and he just knows what to do.
Reflexes like a cat.
Dude, it's so fun to watch. If you haven't watched this, please do.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. You can stream it for free right now. It's an hour and a half.
It's so good.
An hour and a half. It's a breezy watch. It's just a fun
Yeah.
adventure. And I want to say that I am not a fan of like stoner movies. That is not a genre of film I have ever really liked.
Same.
I do like the movie Your Highness, but it's like 10 minutes of stoner humor and the rest of it's not that.
Right.
So, and I think it's very funny. I think it's very clever, and it's a movie nobody else made, and I like the fact that they made it. But anyway, about American Ultra.
Yeah.
What would you if you were to use like cartoon monkey thumbs? Boom.
There you go.
Inside thing. Jesse Eisenberg draws like a little comic strip about Apollo 8. And another one. I forget the other one's name.
Doesn't matter.
It's like a dog, I think. Yeah,
so monkey thumbs.
You see a bunch of his like little drawings and shit, and he makes these little stories.
And they're good.
Yeah, they are good.
They're really good.
Art's fantastic.
Yeah, and also in the movie, Kristen Stewart is trying to tell him to go do something with this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, write it down and send it as a story, but he doesn't want to, it seems like.
Right.
Yeah, it's just his thing. Anyways, so yeah, we're rating with monkey thumbs.
We're rating with cartoon, ballpoint, pen, ink, drawn monkey thumbs. I was actually pleasantly surprised by this.
Okay. And I think I'm going to go with let's go 8.75.
8.75? I was going to go 9.
Yeah.
It's just fun. It really is. It lacks a little substance to be great, but you don't need it.
I don't think so either.
You don't need it. This is fine without it. It's just a fun, kind of funny, a couple of quips along the way.
Right.
Just a good action.
Yeah.
It's a good, fun action flick. Is a little vulgar. Probably wouldn't watch it with your kids.
Absolutely not.
No. But
actually, while I was watching it today, my boy came in, and it was at a point where someone was being strangled. Yeah. And so the person strangling was like, "Who's the fucking bitch now?" And I'm like, "Hey, go in there.
Yeah, go in the other room.
Go in there with mommy."
Yeah. What's in the back of the house?
Right. And
okay,
but yeah, it's a really fun movie. And like I said, like while I was watching it, there were points where it was like, nonstop action, and I'm like, okay, this is the end of the movie. Like I guess it's just that fast, and I blew through it. But it just keeps
just a little more.
Yeah, it just keeps going. More. And eventually, and it's satisfying. It's a satisfying ending. I'm happy with it. So yeah, an 8.75. I'm pretty firm on that one.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I'm sticking with my 9-pack.
It was tasty.
It's a good fun movie.
Absolutely.
Speaking of good fun movies, we're gonna go watch a probably not good or fun movie.
I saw the trailer for it.
It's on Prime. See, I didn't watch the trailer. I like to go in not knowing. Yeah, I usually skip the trailers altogether. So, like I said, I don't care for stoner movies. It's not. It still has to be funny,
right?
Or have a plot. Because if it's just stoned people being stoned, saying stoned things, that's not entertaining.
No.
That's like,
we've seen it.
High school.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of guys talking about, or getting high and talking about the last time that they got high.
Yeah. And it's, I don't know. It's dumb. That stuff's dumb. Doesn't have any substance. And I don't know if the Evil Bong, or just Evil Bong, that's what it's called.
Right.
Which is a Tommy Chong flick, I believe.
He's in it. Did he make it?
I don't know. We'll look it up. Okay. We'll come back. We'll talk more about it. We're going to go watch Evil Bong. It's on Prime. Here's the thing I made.
Welcome back to Channel 66. I'm Ian Scottsfield Stone, and I'm now going to take it to John Boy Stitchmeyer in the field. John, you're in the field where it appears that a Nazi slaps a cop with his colostomy bag in Kid Rock's steakhouse.
That's correct, Tim. What was your name?
Carol.
Carol? That's right, Carol. I'm John, and yeah, that's absolutely true. There was a Nazi here that slapped a cop with a colostomy bag, and we're here in Kid Rock's steakhouse. And let me tell you, it's not the only thing that's a cowboy baby. Now you might see the steakhouse off the I-95, and might know it by its signature cheeky slogans on the yellow arrow sign with the changeable lettering.
Yes, ba with a ba.
Of course, yeah, ba with a ba. And to bang, diggy, diggy.
Diggy set up. Tommy, what is the scene like there at the Ba with a Ba?
Well, let's just say that the steak
Steakhouse.
coming out of the kitchen isn't the only shit all over the place. It's real gross down here. That's why you can tell I've got this hazmat suit on. Cleanup crews estimate that the restaurant will be open again in 6 minutes.
Oh, I think that would give me enough time to make my way down there.
That sounds great, Tom. Could you pick me up?
I'll see what I can do, Jennifer.
Oh, we'll ride sunset with a bottle of Pex. Back to you, Diane.
Thanks, Blart. And that'll about do it for us here at Channel 89. We hope you have a great evening and stay frosty.
News, 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 news. News, news, news. Special thanks to Brad Sexton for our jams. Please check out his latest project at suns.bandcamp.com. That is sunds.bandcamp.com. Thanks to Lamplighter Productions for our artwork. Please check out more of their stuff on Instagram at lamplighter_productions_IL. First time listener? We're anywhere podcasts are found, but if you don't subscribe to any of those services, listen to the show for free on our website. It's just the number 2, movies.buzzsprout.com. That's it's just 2movies.buzzsprout.com. Want to get in touch with the show? Email us at itsjust2movies@gmail.com or find us on Twitter or Instagram at itsjust2movies. Want to support the show? Great. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe on whatever platform tickles your fancy. And one last thank you to our editor, head writer, producer, and host. Those are all me. So anyway, back to the show. We're back. We just watched Evil Bong. Let me tell you, I'll be the first one to eat some crow because I thought this was going to be really, really, really bad. And there was a lot of comedy in this.
It was fun.
That I really, really did like.
Yeah, it was really fun.
No clowning around. Like a lot of the jokes in this really do land for me. And in saying a lot of the jokes, I do mean maybe like 15% of them.
Right.
But the 15% of them, I caught myself smiling and chuckling because it was a funny joke.
Yeah, it was. I seen it.
It was, yeah. And if you want to know about Evil Bong, it is a 2006 horror comedy, 1 hour, 26-minute runtime, 3.9 out of 10 on IMDb, 38% on Rotten Tomatoes. Initial release October 2006, directed by Charles Band. Film series Evil Bong. In case you wanted to know, there's a ton of these.
Apparently, and I didn't know that.
No,
I thought there was just the one.
In Googling it, I found out there were multiple, but I never looked at how many until we got on Prime, and I was like, holy shit.
It's a ton.
There's like
ton.
There's like a baker's dozen of these fucking things. Production companies, Talos Entertainment and Forbidden Worlds, produced by Sean Tiedman and Scott Kiersio.
I'll take it.
Okay. Stars Robin Sidney, Sonny Carl Davis, John Patrick Jordan, more people with 3 names, Michelle Mayes, Jacob Witkin, Mitch Eakins, and Brian Lloyd, but nobody cares about any of that.
Never heard of him.
And also Tommy Chong is in it for 8 minutes.
My guy.
10 to 12 minutes maybe.
And his name is Jimbo. His character's name is Jimbo.
Yep, and he's doing the bits of this that are like stoner humor are not for me.
Right.
If I were to make this a better movie, the first thing I would do is move it away from being like advertising the fact that it's a bong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like take the super weed thing out of it. You can still make it drug related,
right?
And that would still work, like as far as storyline is concerned. But the whole like
yeah, and there's a lot of that.
There's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. Your cup runneth over. If that's your thing.
It's mainly there's a character named Bachman. Apparently, he's the one that's gonna give you all your like surfer dude, shaka bra,
bruh,
yeah,
bruh.
And then who I don't even remember like the characters' names. Most of them I know. Alistair. We have our Alistair, our nerdy guy.
I'm gonna do all my notes.
Hit me.
I'm gonna do all my notes. Nerd guy and bro guys. So that's when he moves in.
Starting off.
Why would you pay money for a Danny Trejo knockoff?
And I realized he was only there for like
That was it. It was like the one clip of that guy smiling and laughing, and it was somebody who was supposed to be Danny Trejo that wasn't.
Like he came up. So Bachman, right? You know, he takes a hit. He gets sucked into the bong, and where do they end up?
They get like bongo visioned. I don't know that's what I call it in my notes is bongo vision because I don't know what else to call it.
And you are transported to this fucking strip club.
Yeah, Stoner 1 dies. And
he was warned. He was warned by our knockoff.
He goes into bongo vision, and there's a weird little statue guy that comes up to him, and he's like,
forgot about that. Yeah,
he's like, "Hey, look out for the lady with the vampire tits," and he's like, "Oh." And so it's like a little tiny statue man in real time, like in real life.
Right.
This thing comes up to him and talks to him.
He looks like a clay voodoo doll.
It's a claymation.
Yeah.
You get it. It's a claymation thing. You get it. So the voodoo doll comes up, and then he's passed out in real time, and then he's in bongo vision, and he's in a strip club, and he's loving it, and he's getting vampire skull titty, like a bra rubbed in his face, and then it bites him like a vampire would. Right
in the neck.
And then the little clay statue man is just furiously just beating it like it owes him money. He just caught it in bed with his wife.
Right.
I mean, he is beating the hell out of it.
I'm pretty sure he has a joint in his mouth while he's doing it too.
No, he does for sure.
Oh, it fucking cracks me up. That's one of the funniest things of the whole movie for me.
So Stoner 1 dies, but now this is for me the big breaking point in the whole movie because there's actually a good plot point.
Right.
There's actually a good plot point. These 3 guys now have a dead body in their apartment that is their friend. You could have this is great. This is a great setup.
Yeah.
3 dudes live together. They get a new roommate. You know what I mean? The guy's kind of a fucking nerd and they're way more chill. Oh, you got a little tension there.
Right.
And then one of the guys dies. He ODs or, whatever the case is on whatever our plot point would be.
Right. And how do you get out of that mess? I want to see
what
that.
What they did was they just had a mean grandpa come in and distract you from the fact that they accidentally created a plot point.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. They just had a mean grandpa come in and this dude was spitting fire.
Oh my God. Yeah. He might have been the best part of the movie.
Oh, he was great, man.
He was like, fucking hilarious.
Degenerates. I hope. What did he say?
He said so many
rats
things.
Eat your testicle sacks.
Yeah.
Like all kinds of just awful stuff.
He was driven to hurt some feelings for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and he was batting 1,000.
Right. So what they did with this guy, with their roommate that died, is they put him on, what is this? I mean, I don't know if it's like a bed, it's a cot, it's something, and then they just throw a bunch of laundry on him, and they forget about him.
Yeah. And they never go back to it.
No, not until the
very end. Yeah.
Right. But they didn't even do that. Like,
no,
he just got up.
It's just a dead body that's been dead for like 38 hours by the time within the timetable.
Yeah.
No, it's fucking crazy, man. The lack of story structure is the part that really bothers me the most.
And they had the opportunities.
Because you had the opportunity, and
right.
instead of taking it, you just like mashed over it with something else to almost make us forget what you had done.
Right.
Like you built it up really, really well and could have gone anywhere. And you'd have me hooked.
Right. Well, and that's what I was expecting.
But the fact it's just I guess you do have to get back to that plot point. If you're the director, it's a script. I mean, that's the movie is Evil Bong.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. You create a B story outside of the thing.
You didn't need mean grandpa.
No. Well, okay, hold on. I just
you
realized.
You could have skipped it because he's only in it for that one scene, and then they show him in the Evil Bong, like Bongo Vision strip club,
right?
Third dimension, whatever. The third dimension, if you smoke out of the Evil Bong, it sends you into a strip club
within the bong, apparently.
Within the bong, so there's just hella titties in there, and you never come out, I guess.
Yeah. You're just so tempted by titties. that you end up
You just get
getting
titty-
your hand eaten off by a shark tit.
You're titty drunk until you
Yeah.
get eaten by tits that are shaped like some sort of mouth.
Right.
In
Fucking
every scenario.
Titty animals, man. Whatever you're into, I guess.
Because the first one's like vampire,
Right.
and then the next one's shark,
Yep.
and then the other
one's
one's just
lips. Now, did he get his dick bitten off? Is that what happened?
I'm pretty sure that's what was going on.
Okay.
Maybe.
God damn this movie.
One of the big flaws of this is that it's shot in a way that I would have rather had it in, what's the screen called where you smush it sideways? And it's square, but it's in proportion, but there's big black bars on the left and right side of the screen. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that thing.
I have no clue.
I would have rather watched it like that. But for whatever reason, it didn't give us the option.
Right.
So we just watched it as is, kind of fucking stretched out and really blurry.
Yeah. Made it look like a
I'm
95
wondering-
movie.
It really makes me wonder if the newer ones of these look better.
Oh, if they're any better.
Because if the comedy stays on key like
Right.
it is in this first one, because I laughed a lot more than I ever expected to laugh at this.
Right.
I laughed a good 5-6 times. I had a good chuckle. I was like, that's a pretty funny
Right.
that's a pretty funny bit.
Especially the no nonsense.
Oh yeah,
The Lady Bong.
Oh my god, the Lady Bong. She's just like a no nonsense, like middle-aged woman.
Yeah, she was great.
Mm.
I loved whoever voiced the
She
Bong.
ain't having. She's doing.
Yeah. Oh, she's sassy as
she's
fuck.
She's side snapping. She's sassy as shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But she's also evil. She wants to trap you in her internal titty nightclub.
Maybe that's
Forever.
maybe that's the thing. That's the allure of it.
That's a bad hook, though. Why would she want you in there? Did
Well-
she eventually make you a stripper? Do you eventually become a big titty stripper?
Is it a soul thing? Is she stealing your soul?
I don't know.
What does she
I don't
use it
know.
for after?
I don't know. None of this is made clear.
No, yeah. It.
Yeah,
There's really no real motive
because the name of
explained.
the movie is Evil Bong, so it's
Right.
It's
It's
not
just
really-
evil. It doesn't
not
need
really
logic.
important.
It just wants to be a bitch.
Precisely.
Okay.
I mean that as far as like the storyline goes, that's pretty much it. Everybody gets sucked into it slowly until the nerd and the girl that has a crush on the nerd.
Right.
She goes in and he's like, I gotta go in after her. And Tommy Chung's like, I'll help you because I just randomly showed up. And I
Right.
also
Like, how
this
did
is my bong. What are you doing with it? Kind of thing.
Right.
Whatever. It's dumb. It's dumb.
His wife apparently sold it. He wasn't trying to sell it. He had it in storage. It's evil. Fucking, I don't know.
Right. They bought it on Storage Wars.
Hey up. Give me that bong.
Is that it? I've never seen Storage Wars. Is that a good?
I think I did it wrong. Who knows?
Can I leave that in? Should I leave that in?
Yeah, go for it. Who
Okay,
cares?
I'll leave it in. So they are triumphant.
Right.
They get out and they save a couple of their buddies, but I don't think everybody's saved. I think there's still like a dead person or two.
Well, Chami Tong, he doesn't get out because he was the person who saves the day. He went in. He had dynamite strapped to.
Yeah, he goes in. He loves it. He lives there.
He had a bomb on his body. And yeah, he blew the bitch up, and then everybody was able to come out, but then he was still in it, and it's his now. Apparently,
now he has the dynamite inside the Bongo Vision.
Yeah, and he gets
titty nightclub.
he gets to he wants to drive Hot Wheels on those ladies' titties.
He does.
Not a bad pastime.
He's like, I guess I want you guys to touch my Hot Wheels.
I mean,
and he gives them all Hot Wheels cars, and then
Right.
they're driving them all over their bodies and stuff.
And
it's real weird. It's just a weird. I get it, but it's not as funny as you think it is. I think there's some good bits in it, and I get it. Like if a friend of mine made this movie, I would say I get it. It's not as funny as you think it is. Still make it.
Right.
No, still do it.
Please follow your dreams.
Yeah, no, absolutely make the
pursue
thing.
that shit.
But it's not as funny as you think it is. Because most of this is not funny. And that's what's funny about it is how unfunny it is.
Yeah.
So if you were to do anything different to this film. Wait, hold on. Let's get you get box office. I'll get budget.
All right. Yeah, you tell me that budget. And once you get that, wait, no, stop it, because that's the third Evil Bong. I don't know if it's gonna tell me. There's some trivia here.
Okay,
all
wait
right.
on me. What do you got?
So apparently, the clock in the stoner's dorm always reads 4:20.
Good.
Yeah. It says here there's a goof, and I immediately called this out. The first time they smoke out of the bong, they never fill it with water. But it just happens to have it. You hear the bubbles whenever they hit it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it came out of the box with water. What about the weird, like when so the guy orders the bong, right?
Right.
And it gets delivered to his house, and the delivery guy is the devil.
Pretty much, yeah. Like if the devil was a delivery guy, it was him.
They're just having a regular exchange. Your main character that's receiving the package he's baked, but right. I think they're showing you what he's perceiving, and the delivery man is just crazy as shit.
Right.
Yeah, and it's super weird, and I thought that whole scene was really delightful. Like that was a fun bit.
Well, yeah, because I couldn't
find the budget. Did you find?
I can't find the box. I can't find the box office. I got it for the third one. So I mean, maybe
fuck it. I don't think anybody actually tunes in to be like, I wonder how much that awful movie made.
I mean, honestly, I love those stats.
If
like
you have it,
me as a listener, as just a fan.
If you have it, if you're curious, if you look it up and you find the box office and budget for Evil Bong, the first one. Email it to me at itsjusttwomovies@gmail.com or at me on the Instagram or Twitters at itsjusttwomovies.
Yeah, whenever our delivery man shows up, I think it's hilarious that the guy who I'm fairly certain he was the one who ordered it, right? Not Bachman, but the other guy. And he's like, "What the fuck is this?
I'm right.
What is this?"
No, right.
And it's like, "Oh, I think it's that item that you've been waiting for." It's like, "What item?"
Yeah.
"Oh, that item."
It's like, "That's postage due, sir."
Right. Like, you know damn well American citizens, as soon as they order, they are tracking that shit.
Yeah.
You know that shit's coming.
Yeah, it's like he's doing like a if you've seen The Inside by Bo Burnham,
which I still haven't. I need to get on that.
Welcome to the Internet guy. The creepy guy from Welcome to the Internet. That character as a parcel deliveryman.
Deliveryman?
It's great. Delivery person, I guess. Personnel.
Come and get yourself a parcel.
Yeah. Yeah. So he goes to deliver his parcel, and he's super fucking weird about it, and it's the bong, and that's the catalyst for everything else.
Yeah.
I guess if I were to do something about this, I would for sure leave off the like
yeah the typical stoner tropes.
Yeah, I'm dialing that back. I get it that you're doing a caricature. I get it. You can still do it, but do it tastefully,
please. Yeah,
you know, like that alone would make it more interesting.
Because I mean,
this, I don't know what the budget was. They probably weren't working with much. It doesn't look like.
There's no. It all happens within what, 2 places?
Yeah,
you have 2 sets.
For what I'm sure they were probably working with, it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
the practical effect of the bong, it's like a claymation
face.
It seems to be like a claymation practical effect kind of thing, and it looks pretty good.
It looks good. It doesn't like so the bong will talk. But you know the lips, they don't move with it.
It can furrow its brows and like open and close its eyes.
Yeah, so basically it'll make a facial expression based on what it's saying, but it doesn't say what it's saying. If that makes sense.
Right, but it's super sassy.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh no, you didn't, honey.
It's one of the best parts of the movie.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, especially if you can get little ad-lib lines. Those fucking crack me up because I think Tommy Chong, he's hitting it or something, and she's in the background. She's like, "Yeah, get that.
Yeah, get it. Yeah, get it. All right." She's just saying hilarious shit. It's great. There's a lot of this that's really entertaining. There really is, but it lacks any sort of substance. Like
Right.
the MacGuffin that makes the story happen isn't interesting, and then the story that unfolds really isn't interesting.
Right. Yeah.
It's not presented in an interesting way. It could be a good idea though.
Well,
Especially when the three guys just have a dead body in their apartment.
right. Well, I mean,
you know
the
what I mean?
story should have changed drastically from what it became. You know what I mean? Like, it should have been something completely different. Like you said, I love the idea that, you know, they have a dead body there. They, for some reason, I mean, obviously, Nerd Alert wants to call the cops, which, I mean, I probably would too. But they also have a shit ton of drugs in the house. So their thing is hide the body.
Right.
But
which they just put under a bunch of sheets.
right. And then pissed off granddad comes in and he's an ultimate dick.
And he's insulting everybody.
Right. He seems to like Alistair though.
Kinda.
But that's because he's not your normal fucking stoner.
It's because he's
trope.
a kiss ass.
Right.
Alistair, punk ass bitch. Everybody calls him Al. He's like, I prefer Alistair. I'm like, all right, sounds good, Al.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, like the John who wants to be called Jonathan.
The super unnecessary middle part.
For real.
Like that you can tell is not.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, that's not the way your hair grows.
So you're telling me you're just so ingrained with white trash DNA
that
hair
it
just grills in all white trashy like that?
I'm not sure what you're saying, but yeah, that's what's happening.
Oh, I'm coming back.
I'm not sure what you're saying, but yes.
Evil Bong, man.
Evil Bong, man.
She has a face.
Let me tell you what. It's I don't even care to talk about this thing anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
What would you rate it out of thumbs that had faces on them?
Man, that's
little thumb evil faces.
That's a good question because I mean, obviously, we're only doing as a bad movie,
just as a bad movie,
right?
Yeah.
Man, even just as a bad movie, I'm gonna go with 6.5.
6.5?
6.5.
Okay.
Because while I enjoyed, you know, there's some one-liners in there. There's some weird ass shit that like shouldn't be there that makes me laugh that I have fun with.
Yeah.
But overall, like the story's not that great. I don't think the acting is that great.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5 because I did. It had levels of promise,
right?
Which I'm not giving it bonus points for not delivering on shit.
Yeah,
but I will say that it had structure in a way where they were trying to build a scenario where you didn't know what was going to happen next, and they succeeded like twice.
Right. Yeah.
But I think the delivery was just short of what would have made like for a more compelling story. Maybe make it where, you know, they're not in bongo vision or whatever. What if they're just fucking dead? What if it just suffocated them to death?
Yeah. Bring a layer to it.
That changes the tone of the whole film.
Right.
But that's not to say that it can't still be a comedy.
Right. Yeah. I wonder, you know, like you said, as they go on doing this series, does anything get better? You know, because does the video quality, all of that stuff, but does it get better?
It's not pleasant to look at.
Yeah. Oh no. Like I said, I thought this was a 95 movie. This is 2006.
Right.
Like from the quality of it. Now I don't know if that's simply like whatever crazy standard def box we got it in.
Digital compression of a Betamax, or
it may be, but goddamn. Like it didn't look great. Though the practical effects for the bong itself,
I thought they were fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Are they awesome? No. Are they bad?
But like,
not really.
Put that voice to it. Give it the the personality that it has. Like I'm fine with watching that voice over that face because it's just fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. There's some good fun characterizations in this.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
I
falls
agree.
short. It falls short on a lot of levels, but in the same breath, it is really fun to sit through and be like, nah,
Right. Yeah.
Like just all of it, like some of the jokes, some of the sets, some of the scenes, some of the props, some of the acting, some of the you can just.
I want to know though,
a bunch of it.
I want to know like, so obviously they have a demographic.
Certainly.
But how did they respond? Is what I want to know.
Okay.
Because I mean, obviously we couldn't get the budget, we couldn't get the box office. I want to know that shit. Obviously, I don't think box office. I don't think. Your typical quote unquote stoner kid. For one, I don't think that exaggerated version it actually exists.
I bet this made all of its money aftermarket.
Right. This is where you buy the DVD and you go home and you watch it, or you rent it, or something.
They make the cheapest DVDs possible,
right,
and sell them in $5 movie bins, and that's how they made all their money. Because these have got to be profitable because there's 30 of them.
Right. I mean, yeah, there has to be a reason to keep doing it, right?
Yeah, no, certainly.
And is Jimbo in all of them? Is Tommy Chong in every single one of them? I sincerely hope
that's probably the case.
What I think is hilarious is Tommy Chong plays the same character in everything he does.
Yeah,
because he is just Tommy Chong.
Yeah,
but we want that. Like, I'll buy that.
Because Cheech Marin, he's gone on to do other stuff. He's like on NCIS or some shit. He's on a cop show. He's a cop.
Yeah, I can't remember which one, but yeah,
he's a cop in a thing.
That was actually the first thing I ever saw him in, but to me, like, it didn't make any sense. Like, I didn't know who he was before, and then that's when you see all the Cheech and Chong.
I watched like Up in Smoke when I was in high school. Didn't think it was that funny.
Yeah,
it had some good bits, but ultimately I wasn't laughing. I was like, I don't get why this is.
Yeah, maybe that's. For the people of the time.
Yeah, I was like, I get it. I guess on the day it was probably much better.
Right.
But, hey, the segment we do at the end of the show where we talk about whatever you've been getting up
to. Yeah.
As far as media is concerned. Do you have a name for that segment?
Hey, what you watching? This is why I don't write the show.
Oh, that'll work. Yeah. So
what I'm watching?
It's what you watching or reading or consuming in any other fashion or media? Like got onto any new bands, new books, new movies, new TV shows?
For TV shows, I'm still watching Zoo on Netflix.
Okay, is that pretty good?
I'm on
like
the
where
third
the animals.
season.
It's like where the animals are zombies, right?
Well, it's the animals essentially rise up. Like they realize that. They can take us pretty much. If you work together, you don't go through, like, let's say for lions, normally in a pride, you'll have one, maybe two males. But they realize, hey, get a shit ton of males together. We can do a pack and we can just murder everybody.
That's
and they're
not wrong.
But basically, without spoiling anything, they do realize that it's a virus. So that's the reason all the animals are acting so aggressive and that they're able to communicate. They have this virus that mutates and it does all this stuff. So basically, my wife and we have watched season 1 and season 2, and we're on season 3 now. This is the last one that I've seen. I haven't looked at if they were canceled or if this is a conclusion or what.
Okay.
But they're kind of losing me, to be quite honest.
Yeah,
because like some of the plots, like some of it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's kind of like got a real season 5 or 7 or whatever of The Walking Dead.
Yeah, because it's like they're trying to fucking figure out something. Because honestly, I think they spent it all on the first and second season.
Mm-hmm.
I think they spent it all, honestly, on the first season, and then they got lucky and they found another premise for the second.
Yeah.
The third, I don't think they've gotten so lucky. I'm only like 2 or 3 episodes in. Maybe it's slow, so we'll see. But
takes a village to make a work of cinema.
Yeah.
But man, you cannot cut corners at the writer's table.
Right. That seems to be that is the most crucial part, really.
Yeah. And it's not a task that's so difficult that it's insurmountable.
Right.
But there are people that cannot tell a fucking story to save their lives.
Yeah. Yeah, and other than that though, like I said, they're still keeping me in there. with their characters and whatnot. So I'm hoping it speeds up a little bit, but
pulls through.
Yeah. But because it's the last season, if I'm gonna put in the work and sit down and watch it, I'd like to see him do something. But other than that, dude, there is a show called I Think You Should Leave. Have you ever seen the show Detroiters on Comedy Central? Neither have I. But there's this guy on it. Apparently, his name is Tim Robinson, and he created a show for Netflix called I Think You Should Leave, and it's basically just these outrageous situations where there's always one person who doesn't want to, concede or tell the truth, and it is absolutely hilarious. Please, anybody, check it out. It's very weird. It's like the category they have it in is offbeat.
Yeah,
I like the the shock of it. There's some just some random things, like there's an episode where a guy accidentally like dribbles in his pants.
Yeah,
when he's taking a piss.
Yeah.
And so another coworker calls him out on it, and then another coworker comes up and basically says, "No, those are made like that. There's a website, you can check it out if you don't believe me."
Yeah.
And so the other guy, he doesn't realize what that guy is doing, like saving him.
Yeah.
And so eventually he looks at it, he's like, "Oh, okay, that's not a big deal anyways, but yeah, sure, I'll check out your website. Okay, it's there, fine." And then after that, it's that guy pressuring the guy who pissed in his pants to give to this website, because they actually don't sell pants. They are just there to get you out of those jams. But what cracks me up about it is every time he's sitting there trying to, talk him into this, there's like an elevator or there's just a door or something, and like in the middle of it, he will just scream, "Hey, hold that door! Hold that door!" And then while they're holding the door, he just walks ever so slowly up to it. That shit just cracks me up. But
that's good. You'll then if you're into that, I'm gonna watch that.
Please do.
That.
Please do.
You watch Auntie Donna's Big Old House of Fun, because that sounds like it's probably kind of in the same neighborhood.
Oh, I definitely will. But also, just if anybody gives a shit, there is a show called Somebody Feed Phil on Netflix, and it's just this guy.
Yeah.
He goes around and he just eats all around the fucking world.
Yeah, he's doing like the Anthony Bourdain kind of
pretty
thing.
much.
Yeah.
But just like some of the stuff that he goes through, just and some of the food that he fucking eats, like it's really, really good. I like that kind of stuff. It doesn't have to have a story. It's just a bunch of chefs making good food.
Well, I'm gonna have to cut some of this. So
that's fine.
Plug your stuff real quick.
Yeah, I would love it if everybody would check out God-Sized and Growing on pretty much any platform. And if you don't find it on a platform, just email me, chazzy@yahoo.com, CHAZZCY@yahoo.com, and I'll get it on there for you. But yeah, check it out. I'm on my way with some more stuff, and I love you all.
Nice. That was nicely done.
That's a good plug.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, do you have anything else you'd like to add? I haven't really been into anything, man. I haven't really been getting into anything new this week. I've been
really
pretty busy. So
you got to figure it out, man.
Yeah,
get out there.
Yeah,
get some shit.
I'm doing it. Well,
do what you want to do.
So many hours in a day. Yeah, no, that's it. I'm gonna just unbutton my blouse and.
You guys aren't gonna start sucking each other's dicks, are you?
Let's all that phone talk. We're a one-eyed Batman.
Can I make a suggestion that doesn't involve violence, or is this the wrong crowd?
Maybe we should call in a bomb threat to Houston. I think it's free beer night at the Astrodome.
The Jedi, Bob. We don't fight with guns. We fight with our mind.
Cousin businesses are booming.
That is one big pile of shit.
Jog on.
It's Just Two Movies is a production of Blue Cheese and Bacon Studios and can be found wherever you get your podcasts.
I know. You just got to fucking throw it back.
I'm gonna throw it back.
Oh shit.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that's just it's just a glass of whiskey.